Yesterday we looked at the inside of a shape and reviewed volume, which is something you did last year with rectangular prisms. And today we're going to look at the volume of another type of prism, triangular prisms. So the problem says to find the volume of the right triangular prism shown in the diagram using V equals BH. Well, we've seen this formula before because this is the exact same formula that's on our star chart for the prisms that we use for rectangular prisms. So let's go ahead and look at the pieces needed in our volume formula. Well, I remember that when we talked about V stood for volume, that one's straightforward. We talked about capital B being something very special, which we'll get back to in just a second, and H is the height. But what did we say about B? Well, capital B. It is telling us that we need to find the area of the entire base. So when it's a lowercase b, we just need the base of a two-dimensional shape, but when it's a capital B, we need the area of an entire base of a three-dimensional shape. Well, how do I find the area of the base? Well, I know that the base shape is hinted at in the name of the shape itself. So when it says that it's a right triangular prism, that means this is the shape of the base. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that as well in our triangular prism. So really what has happened is it's just fallen over, and now the bases are on its side. So if I redrew it to show that the base was on the top and the bottom. Okay, oops, sorry. It's been a little bit since I've drawn triangular prisms. So this would be like if I brought it up, straight up and down, right, and flipped it back over to show that the two parallel bases are in fact triangles. So in order to find the area of a triangle, let's go ahead and draw this out over here. I know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So if I'm looking here at this triangle, the base is 4 meters and the height is 1/2 of a meter. So these are the measurements that I'm going to focus on for the formula for the area of the base. Okay, and now I can calculate that. 1/2 of 4 is 2, and half of 2 is 1. So the area of the triangle is 1 square meter, or I could say the area of the base, big B. And so now I can substitute that into our formula here. So volume equals area of the base times the height. We found the area of the base to be 1 square meter. And now we have to figure out the height of the entire prism if it was standing up. Well, I see that the height or the length of the prism laying down is 6.5 meters. So that would be the height if we flipped it back up. So I can substitute that into our volume formula as well. And we know anything times 1 is itself. So the volume is 6.5 meters cubed. So we have the volume of the prism. We know that a triangular prism has a base shape of a triangle, as mentioned in the name, and we then find the area of the triangle by multiplying 1/2 the base times the height, and then we're going to multiply that area of the base times the height of the prism to get the volume.